There's my bus. Where's the address? Oh, there it is. That's the address. See? If you don't know where we are, that's where we are. When you hear dog barking, you say 𝗦𝗛𝗢𝗵𝗁. He's security. He looks after everything, makes sure everything is in place. Good. Okay. How are you, Abdullah? You okay? Yeah. Okay, so I come soon now. Okay, so that first section, my head was not all in the screen. It looked quite odd for you watching that. But anyway, that was my first vlog. This is my second vlog in the same day. So today it's a very cold day. It's November. I think the 20th. Let me see, 21st of November. Most of the videos that we put up are to do with people who are afflicted with jinn possession, and when you see them, some people might say it's fake, some people might say it's real, some people might say they've experienced or they've been in a situation similar to this situation. Everyone's got their comments, but what is the reason of me putting these videos up, you might ask? Oh, there's many reasons. One of them is I didn't want to come up on the screen and start telling you stories of jinns and my experiences with them, because as we all know, they lie a lot, and I do not want to pass on this lie. You know, they lie, and I don't want to tell you a story that contains mostly of lies. So I let you watch what they're doing and what they're saying, and you can, you know, you can have your own opinion on what they're saying and what they're doing. So that's one of them. Another is that to show that anyone can actually deal with the situation if they come across it, and anyone can speak to them if they do speak back to you. Now there's lots of conversation, do you speak to them, do you not speak to them, and it's really down to common sense. If a jinn is speaking to you while you're sitting down on a bus, what do you say? I don't want to speak to you, you're a jinn, don't talk to me. No, you wouldn't do that, would you? You would say to them, excuse me, you shouldn't be possessing this human being, you should actually leave. And he'll most probably say, it's none of your business, I'm getting off the bus. It's simple as that. It's quite funny when people say you shouldn't talk to jinns. Now, when the scholars say don't talk to jinns, it's a different thing. What they mean is do not talk to these shayateen that only speak blasphemy and only there to misguide you and to cause doubt in your faith. This is the reason, wisdom behind when the scholars say do not talk to them, just read the Quran. So when you repeat, and you know, you've got many people saying, oh, why are you talking to them? You might as well go give them a cup of coffee, give them a cup of tea. Well, you'd be surprised to hear that actually scholars did sit down and speak to jinn and, you know, gave them da'wah, and it's something of the norm. When you're approached by any living thing and it speaks and communicates with you, you'll automatically communicate with them. But if you're scared, what do? You would run away. So you can have your opinion on how I do my things, but I can have opinion on how you do your things too, if I was to see what you were doing. So may Allah make us all good. So that's concerned about talking to jinns. The other thing that people comment on, that I've noticed on the comments on YouTube, is that these people are lying. I mean, I don't see why they'll come and lie. A psychiatrist, might come and say, oh, these people are looking for attention and so on. They might have lots of different opinions on why these people are the way they are. But to tell you the truth, even me and even people who practice ruqya, i.e. practices that do ruqya on people that are afflicted by jinn, exorcists, if you want to call them exorcists, it's confusing for us too, okay? And we have the same opinion as you, that this person is lying. But then if you do not see it to the end, you will never know if it was true or if it was a lie. You always need to see everything to the end. And surprisingly, it does look like, some of them do look like they're lying, and even what they're saying doesn't make sense, and everything is confusing. But saying that, isn't that what the shayateen want you to do or believe? They want you to believe that they're lying, that this is not real, they don't really exist, and there's no such thing as the unseen world. So you've been duped into their strategy, is to think that there's nothing wrong with them. And the person is just acting, he's mentally ill, he needs to go to a mental hospital, and so on. Okay? So that's my answer to that. Are they lying or they're telling the truth? Now, who are you to judge if they're telling the truth or lying? That's number one. You don't have knowledge of the unseen. Now, when I deal with these cases, I do not say they're lying. I do not say they are telling the truth. I just say Allah knows best and I wish them the cure. So that is my answer and that is my approach to this. So that is the reason why I do not actually tell you the stories. Like, for instance, if I was to tell you a story, a jinn said to me, oh, we've become Muslim, we are fighting in the way of Allah, we are, you know, this and that. And they build a big picture for you, and most of it is lies anyway. And even if they claim to be Muslim, I don't really believe them. But what I do believe is when the person's life has changed from worse to better. So when they first come, their life is in turmoil, and then eventually you can start seeing their progress in the way in the session, in their day-to-day life, in their speech, in the way they look at you, eye contact, everything. I kind of judge upon that, and I can tell after a period of time they get much better. But to say everyone gets fully cured on the first day and so on, I mean, rarely that happens, except if the person was possessed the night before, he comes the next day, yes, that, you know, there is a high success rate. But the success rate for people to be fully cured in one go when they've been possessed for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, it's unrealistic. And no one should lie to you, and do not believe anyone that say, oh, I can take jinns out, I can kill jinns, and so on and so forth. So be careful with that. Anyway, I thought I'll keep it short. Well, I didn't keep it short, it was quite long. What else can I tell you today? Today is a bit of a quiet mess. My stuff here is, this is the lighting. I'm not using it at the moment. I'm just using a normal light, not fluorescent light, I mean just light that's coming from the ceiling. I'm trying to make my videos as, you know, better quality as I'm going on. So if you notice early videos are very, very bad, then you know, I'm trying to, you know, make a better quality video. So look, you see this is a lens here, so I've started becoming into lens videos and cameras and all this stuff. It's very stressful, to the truth. You know, look all this stuff here. You know, I might as well become a mechanic. You know, lenses and everything else, sound systems and, you know, headphones, and you buy the wrong stuff and you have to go and get new stuff and research and spend hours and hours on then just researching what the right stuff to get. And this is another lens. You know, what lens do I get? What camera do I get? You know, what software do I get? It's really stressful. But make dua for me, inshallah. We know the videos will get better and better as we're going along. And I just, most importantly, is that you benefit from these videos and there is something constructive in these videos and you can take away and help others, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.